What's up, my archfiends of chaos? This is your king of the night, VincentValentineEXTurk.
Subscribe to VincentValentineEXTurk channel.
Hello, my archfiends of chaos. I have not done these things for a while, and I'm gonna start doing a little bit more story times. I guess this is what another Vincent Valentine EXTurk versus video story time. Let's get started. I've been having these reoccurring nightmares, pretty much. Has anyone ever watched the DC movie, anime movie, Flashpoint, where when, Flash tries to fix the time period to save his mom or whatever not, or whoever it is, and it messes up time completely? Well, let's just say I had a nightmare of those things. And, I had to put all the nightmares I've had this week together. Now, I had to remember them. I did not write these down, but I still remember each one of them. The first one was very vague, but was very disturbing. I do finally get married and meet the right woman and get married and have a good life for a while, at least for 1 year. And then I see myself, at least that version of myself, on the floor, on the floor of my living room. Looks like I'm dead or something like that. And she puts a bullet in my head. She pulls the trigger to finish me off, and then the bullet proceeds to graze me in the head. Now, I didn't understand what that was until it kept reoccurring. Every time it kept recurring, there was other times that my wife in this dream, I finally got married. Don't ask how. I finally got me a model-looking, beautiful wife, of course. Well, with anything good, sometimes, or anything too good for me, there's always a cost to it. And I paid the costs. She would always say that, men like you will be better off dead and stuff like that. So you can never hurt anybody else again. Your evil days are done. Every time she shot me in the head, in every nightmare, she's always said something on the lines of that. That some of you men are the reason why the world's the way it is, and we need to fix it by taking your life, or something like that. She had a tear, of course. She probably felt something for me, but I kind of figured out. So this time, this version of this nightmare is actually different than, this version of this nightmare is different now, because now I get to see one of my alternate versions. As a matter of fact, in this alternate timeline, I never lived in where I live. I still lived in Des Moines, Iowa. I mixed my thyroid medicine with some other stuff, apparently, and made drugs that turned people into legit demons. Of course, I didn't really care because I was making a lot of money, I was making a lot of money, but I was getting a lot of people you turn to these. They're not really demons. They're turned into like deformed people because how strong this drug is. And then, of course, I've hit it on the table and act like I had a real career and stuff like that. I never told my granny, at least this version of me, never told my granny what I was really doing. That's making a lot of money. And at least this version of me. And, sooner or later, someone told my wife in that dream, at least that version, that timeline version of me. Someone has told my wife that I've been selling drugs that kills people off. When I'm not kills people off, but was hurting people with this drug. It was a thyroid mixed with something else. I don't even know, because well, I've only got to see vague, vision type of dreams. But it's almost if I can interact. Well, I guess I can't interact because I can't talk to my other selves, but I could see I could see Flashpoint in real life in these dreams. So I could see other alternate versions of me. After my wife finds out, we get into a confrontation. We get into a confrontation. Of course, I guess this version of me in that dream is really bad because he's also rid of people that challenged him, I guess this one version of me has nothing to lose. I don't know. And I guess staying in Iowa had some effect onto why this version of me is a bad guy. But this version of me, in this timeline specifically, rid of the people that challenged him because how much powerful he is in the drug dealing game. But until the wife actually figures out, then it becomes from arguing to physical, fight. Now, in my mind, in this version of me, still is kind of just as smart as me. So I was like, we figured we should get a divorce, but she wanted to push it a little bit further. She wanted to make sure I never hurt anybody ever again. So she, pretty much, we had pretty much a physical altercation, in the pretty much mansion I had because of all the drug deals I've had. All the drug deals I've had. At least this version of me that I'm seeing. And I'm pretty much the dreams are me, being physically present to see a version of me, an alternate reality version of me doing all this stuff. And that's pretty bad. But, it's not until I went to the skyscraper, on top of the skyscraper, that my family owned because I was powerful enough to own it, from all my deals. And no one actually wanted the skyscraper, so I took it. And it was not until I actually got to the top of the skyscraper was me and my wife's last battle. And this time she's defeated me. The alternate version of me. She's defeated me. And what she has done after defeating me, she looks at me on the ground, sheds one tear, and puts a bullet in my head. And that ends that alternate version of me. Of course, it does not affect me in the real senses because it's an alternate reality. Something in there changed to make it like this. Something made it change. But but that version of me tried to justify what he was doing, saying that this is for the family, this is for everybody. This is to get people. This is to get certain family members out of trouble. So, no matter how much I justified, I met my demise at the end of my own woman. At least that version of me met his demise by his own woman. But I guess, sometimes nightmares are based off something. Either something that's going to happen in the future, or prophecies. I don't know. But, dreams can, I think dreams have some effect on the person's subconscious. Maybe, to tell you the truth, I think I do fear something. I think I know what it is. The gynocentric court system. I think really I'm vividly afraid of the court system, and because I'm going through the stuff I'm going through with my ex, I feel like nobody's on my side. I feel like everybody's out there to get me, and everybody's out there to do me serious harm, because gynocentric society. Because men are simps to a fault, to the point where, they will do wrong to carry out their the simpology to everybody. But I don't think that's, I don't know, but I think really what it is, the nightmares are trying to tell me, it's nothing that's going to happen in the future at all. what it's trying to tell me is that I'm subconsciously afraid of the gynocentric court systems. Like, my biggest fear, even bigger than bees, even bigger than poisonous spiders, even bigger than, Idola's Outer Crap's Feralus form in Final Fantasy 15, even, the thing I'm most scared of is the American court system. That's what I am. The American court system is something I'm afraid of. And it's because of stuff I've heard. And I've gone through some stuff. But nonetheless, I think that's what these dreams are telling me. Okay, don't get me wrong. I think it's kind of wrong. I was selling drugs that's gonna hurt people because drugs are bad. That's just a number one. That's just a number one. But I think, I think even then, I didn't think I was that bad enough where me had to be shot in the head by my wife was going to save anybody. But she says if she did that to men, this world would be a safer place. So maybe deep inside, the thing I'm most afraid of is the gynocentric court system, and if everything else. So it leaves me paranoid and less trustworthy. And then I think every female I end up with is out there to get me. And now I know, now I know where it comes from. It's really fear, and it's something that I could get over. But I think that's what that's how interpreted dreams are. It could be anything else in that nightmare. But the original scene, it was like Episode Prompto when Episode Prompto was shooting at Magitech and he had like a tear coming out of his eye. Except I was on a skyscraper on the ground and she had a gun and she was shedding one tear that shoot me in the head to say, to say farewell, that I'm better off dead because, it's men like me are the reason why the world's in the shape that it's in. So if you know my dream let me know in the comments how you interpret this dream, this reoccurring nightmare. Let me know what you think in the comments below, how you interpret it or not. May the crystal be with you.
Yo, Percocet, yeah. Miley Percocet, Percocet, yeah. Miley Percocet, rep the set, yeah. Gotta rep the set, yeah. Chase a chick, never chase a bitch, chase no bitch. Man.